This farmers today aren't just good businessmen, but they're good businessmen. They're good with machinery, and they're good cowmen. We're here with Will Hensen, Hensen Brothers Farm, rural Waunakee, rural Middleton area, celebrating 150 years homestead. That's pretty impressive.
It doesn't smell that bad here.
Well, they're clean.
Yeah, I mean, like it's
yeah.
It's clean, but I mean, there's with as much poo as you're going to encounter on a farm, you'd expect a heavy. I mean, it's in the air. That's more like a musk. It's not overpowering.
Well, they do a good job of keeping things clean here. They
yeah,
do.
Absolutely. It's a very nice farm.
And it's a good practice because the animals do better and your employees feel better too.
Yeah, and the wives when you get home are going to be happier.
Exactly. This is not what you call a typical farm. Obviously, we're just a little larger than that, but we're still a family farm, which is pretty neat.
Yes, we're family. We do have hired help. It's me and my brother, and our two sons are the managers and do a lot of the morning chores all by ourselves, and then the other two milking.
They're brewing beer? What's going on in here?
Actually, after the cows are milked, the milk is first filtered, and then it goes into these great big stainless steel tanks, and it's chilled really cool. Chilled way down nice and cold. We keep it nice and fresh before the milk truck gets here. The milk truck is probably coming every day here.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Just get somebody grab the cookies. It's go time right now.
It's go time.
The workers are all family.
That's pretty cool. Now, fifth generation, you guys have had to, with ease and flows of the market and in different innovation breakthroughs, it seems like you've not only weathered the markets really well, but you've embraced innovation, haven't you?
Oh yes, we've put up some buildings that are innovative.
This is a parlor. This is where the cows come to get milked.
Looks like there's some milking going on right now.
Right. You know what? Sanitation is really important.
It looks incredibly clean in here.
That's just it. They're cleaning. And the Hensen family here milk 3 times a day. So they go through the process of cleaning this up, spick and span 3 times a day to ensure high quality milk and safety.
I mean, you won't find many restaurants that are as clean as this is.
Well, there you go. See what the cows are standing up here, and the individuals that are milking them are standing down here in this pit here.
Looks like you're kind of on a line of fire for some poo, though.
Well, you might be, yes.
Yes, that's the correct answer. You have to lie. You have to lie.
Yeah,
you're in the line of fire, some poo drops.
You get quick.
I suppose.
You get quick. This is a milking parlor. It's a little different take on how to milk cows. Some individuals, many individuals yet, have stanchion barns. In other words, the cows are all standing beside each other. It's a little different take on it.
Huh.
Still get the same job accomplished.
Still get the same good old milk and cheese.
You bet.
Next time you're eating a block of cheese, think this is where it comes from right here.
And we've always believed in tunnel ventilation. We started our stanchion barn with tunnel ventilation, keeping the cows in out of the summer heat.
All these fans in here. It could be, it's warm today. It's 90 plus degrees. And these cows got a nice breeze going through here.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
not air conditioned, but this feels pretty good right here, doesn't it?
It's like we're in a wind tunnel right now.
Right, this feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Cows do a lot better, obviously, when it's cooler.
There's 7 miles an hour wind and all the water and feed and shade and comfort they need to be high producing cows. We try to stay on top of being really good at what we do because that's what it's got to take today to make a profit.
And profitability as well. At the end of the day, we have to make a profit. Obviously, being innovative is not just your generation. Seems to me like Grandpa and Great-Grandpa were too.
Oh yeah. Everybody worked hard to keep the family farm going and stay on top of things. And like I said, if you're not on the top of things, you're probably not going to make it. And it was all multi-generations, and it's always turning it over to the next generation, helping them out, and it's a great tradition, and hopefully we can keep it going for a while here.
Cows look like they come from another barn over there. All these barns are kind of connected through these walkways.
Intricate.
It is, and it was built, when they built this, they clearly had a plan. Because when you're a farmer like this, you don't just build for your generation, but you build so your kids have options.
And it looks like this family's done that because they're 6 generations in right now. So right. They certainly planned ahead.
Yeah, when they're making big investments in their infrastructure, they're thinking about that next generation. I have to ask, 150 years. What advice do you have for a young individual? Because You must have a secret, because it's more than just keep your mouth shut when you want to yell, right?
Yeah, I mean, for a young guy starting out, it is tough. I mean, if you compare up with somebody who is thinking about getting out of the farming industry, or you know, working with your dad or uncle or somebody to get a start, you know, that's a great way to get started. And like I said, it takes a lot of hard work and trying to stay on top of technology. And
Your son earlier said that it seems like every time my uncle and my dad would build a new building, they weren't thinking about them, they were thinking about the next generation. Is that unique to farming, you think?
Oh yeah, I think nowadays when somebody puts up a building for, it is for the next generation, because it takes a while to pay them off, and it seems like farms continuously get a little bigger, trying to stay competitive with what's out there. I don't really consider us a large dairy anymore. I mean, yeah, we have 500 milk cows, but you know, there's herds out there with thousands of cows, and it's getting tougher to compete with them. But hopefully, by staying a step ahead of them on production and technology, we'll be around for a while.
The best way to keep them healthy is keep that feed supply high quality and consistent, and plenty of fresh water.
Best way to keep Jackson healthy. Keep that feed supply high quality, efficient, and plenty of water supply.
And plentiful.
Plentiful, exactly.
It's plentiful.
And mix a little bit of whiskey in there.
Right.
Hey, here. Hey, hey, hey.
Jackson, this is actually what I would consider a commodity building.
A commodity building.
Yes. This over here, this is actually cottonseed.
Cottonseed?
Cottonseed.
Well, we making shirts? What's going on?
Cottonseed is really high protein,
Really?
very digestible. And,
Is it soft?
oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, wait a cotton picking second.
Yes. It's high in protein. It
So
makes
why don't we eat this?
Well, great for a dairy ration. This over here is ground hay. What they actually did was they took a hay bale and more or less,
Shredded it.
yeah, it's just very fine.
Put it in a big old salad shooter.
Pretty much a salad shooter, exactly it. This looks like a protein mix, protein mineral mix. So there's soybeans in there, ground up soybeans.
That's like bird food.
Yeah, and there's mineral in there. And look, see these little brown things? It's
Yeah.
actually dried molasses.
Actually a little bit of flavor in there? Is that what it's for?
Yeah, palatability. And you can also see there's actually cottonseed in there too already.
Huh. I suppose you don't want to be eating the same nasty hay all the time with a little bit of molasses, a little bit of syrup on there. A little, hey, how you doing?
Right.
A little, hey, how you doing?
And we got 500 milk cows and about that for young stock as well.
That's correct, yeah. If you count all our calves and yearlings and up to breeding age heifers, we probably got another 500.
Young stock in here.
Young heifers.
That's not nice. A little beefy, but I won't call them heifers.
Well, Jackson, an immature female bovine is considered a heifer.
Oh.
You know what, dairy cows are naturally very curious. So like if you're in a pen,
These don't seem to be.
well, if you walk over there, I'm sure, walk over there. I bet that nice and slow now.
It's the beard. It's the beard.
Well,
These cows ain't trusting old Jackson here.
let's see, watch this. Now,
Let's see, Bryant might be the cow whisperer. Is Bryant the cow whisperer? Let's see. It's like freaking Crocodile Dundee over there.
Once again, we're celebrating 150 years.
Yes.
Tell me about that. I mean, what does that feel like? It just must feel crazy.
Yeah, when my wife said she wanted a reunion and a 150-year celebration for the farm, I'm like, man, that's a lot of work, and I give her a lot of credit. It's worth celebrating because it's not every day a farm gets 150 years.
That's just it. I was going to say, I don't know if you're familiar with the numbers, but it's a select group that gets to say they've been homesteaded for 150 years.
Yes, and I consider myself one of the lucky ones, and on the aspect of that are my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my dad all I'm sure had in their heads that let's turn this, I know my dad did, let's turn this over to the next generation, let's keep it going. It's a great place to bring up a family and raise kids, and they get a work ethic and responsibility, and I think if you talk to any employer around, they'll hire a farm kid because they know what it's like to get out of bed and do a day's work. And I hope that tradition carries on for a long time with our family.
We're celebrating 150 years today out at the Hensen family farm, just north of Wanakee, just south of Wanakee. 6 generations on the farm today. Pretty fantastic.
What's the deal with the tires on? Because I always thought this was somewhere you put your old farm tires. What is this?
Okay, so there's, just like we can food to preserve it,
Okay.
farmers will put all kinds of our corn silage and haylage in silos, and it ferments and it seals, and so it preserves the integrity and the value, the feed value,
Okay.
of that
Silage.
crop,
All right.
of that crop. And what we do to keep oxygen off of it is we seal it. So we put this plastic on it, and then you take all these tires, instead of just throwing them in a landfill, we use it more or less just to keep the plastic.
I mean, are these tires that they've gotten from? Every farm needs a good farm dog, or 12. Oh, little puppy dogs. Hi, little faces.